Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share this fun little card using the giraffe image and sentiment from the Silly Safari stamp set. This stamp set is part of a bundle that you can find in our 2025 annual catalog. And of course, if you don't already have a 2025 annual catalog and don't have a demonstrator, but would like one, feel free to reach out to me by email, including your name, address, and phone number, and I'll be happy to mail you one. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how to get started. I'm going to start with the stamping for this project, and because I'm going to die cut this out, I want to have a piece of cardstock that's large enough that allows me to do that easily. So I'm going to stamp my little giraffe here in the center, like so, because I'm going to color him with my blends. And then I'm going to take my sentiment, and who doesn't know this from the movie if you have kids, and stamp that right above it, like so. I'm ready to color. Okay, I'm going to color this with my 2025-27 in colors. I'm going to start with the little guy's tongue and use my strawberry slush. A really light touch allows you to do that easily. Then I'm going to bring in my timid tiger, and I'm going to do his spots and mane. I'm going to start with the light here on his mane. And I'm going to add the dark spots. Got that finished, and let's see, I'm going to add a little layer of dark here on his mane just to highlight where it's against his body. And then I'm going to bring in my darling duckling. I'm going to start with my dark and lay in some darker areas and then move to my light. There we go. I've got my little giraffe done, and I'm ready to cut my sentiment and giraffe out with the coordinating dies. I've got my giraffe cut out with my circle and the sentiment finished, and I'm ready to bring in my card base and fold it in half and use my bone folder so I've got a nice tight line here on the spine. Then I'm going to start building my card front. I'm going to start with my designer series paper and the panel it mats on. And I like to do this first so that if I need to trim something due to inaccurate cutting, I am able to do that with no problem. There we go. Next I'm going to put this on my panel like so. I'm going to leave slightly more at the top than at the bottom. And then I'm going to add my panel to the card front. Now my little giraffe is facing this way, so I want my sentiment like so. So I want to add my circle where this giraffe is going to be sitting first. And I'm going to raise it up slightly so that designer series paper peeks out from underneath. There we go. Next I'm going to be adding my Timid Tiger panel. So I want to make sure I've got that where I want it. And I know that this is going to be centered in the middle of it. So that's looking pretty good. I know that I'm just a little bit, like a 1/4 inch above that stitched line. So I'm going to put my finger there, flip it over, and adhere it in place, like so. Next I'm going to adhere my sentiment onto my giraffe, but I want to do it before I place it down. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive here on the left side of my sentiment panel. Line it up. There we go. And then I can flip this over, and I want to create some shadow underneath my sentiment and focal point, so I'm going to add some dimensionals onto the back, like so. I've removed the backings and I'm ready to adhere this down. Once again, I'm lining it up here so that the sentiment is where I want it, in the center, and adhere. There we go. I've got this adorable little card with this fun giraffe from the Silly Safari stamp set. I think anyone would enjoy getting this card in the mail. And of course, if you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Jini. Thanks for joining me.